Okay, this is the conclusion of round 9. State of the board is we've had some interesting things occur. Um, Obviously, Japan has taken India. We made a major mistake and left our Russian guys in there, so they got wiped. And we managed to pull off a 1-2 on Karelia, but we won't fully cover that until round 10. But I wasn't able to record this after the US turn, so um, that was a little bit of a problem. But we'll just jump right in. Russia 9 by was 5 infantry, 1 artillery. Combat was Archangel. Um, lost 2, destroyed 2, continuing the theme of anytime we attack Archangel, we lose a shit ton of stuff. Anytime Germany attacks, they lose nothing. And we actually looked back at that, and the last time Germany lost anything taking Archangel was round 4, and I also believe that was the only round they lost something taking Archangel. Germany 9 bought 1 anti-aircraft gun, 1 tank, 8 infantry. So trying to kill some of our planes because we have quite a few of them at this point. Combat was the Caucasus because our screw up left it open, and Archangel, yet again no losses, and they took Northwestern. UK 9, our purchase was 4 infantry, 3 artillery, 1 tank. Reason for that is we were no longer able to keep India, so we were able to put more money into some higher hitting units. Combat was France and the Caucasus. Luckily, we didn't lose anything on that attack, so that actually helped us out quite a bit. Japan 9. Purchase was 8 infantry, 2 artillery, 2 tanks. So continuing the forward pressure of this massive stack in India. Combat was Vlogda 35 and India. Only lost 3 infantry, but I'm actually kind of surprised it was that high, to be honest with you. And then US 9 purchase was 1 artillery, 9 infantry, 2 tanks. Where the idea behind that buy was we were going to be doing a 1-2 on Karelia, and we were just going to start replenishing the stack a little bit with a little more higher hitting guys. So we put 2 tanks in Norway. And combat was Karelia and 61, which was almost really funny because we hit the battleship on round 1 and then missed in round 2. So we almost killed this battleship. It would have been really funny if it had died. But the big thing was the attack on Karelia. Defenders lost 32 infantry, and we lost 3 fighters, 32 infantry, 6 artillery, and 2 tanks. So it wasn't too bad. It was just pretty bad. Hopefully this being open now, we can start really smothering out Germany. Depending on what's open down here, we might pick off some Southern Europe territories, and hopefully we can pick off this, and probably won't be able to pick off this. I wouldn't think. Maybe we could though. Nah, our stuff's not in position yet. But I'm positive that we have Karelia dead zoned, so the question is going to be whether or not Neil wants to attack this with his stack. I kind of doubt he will, but anything that goes here, it should die, just from the simple math of how many freaking planes I have trained on Karelia. Alright, US 9 purchases 9 infantry, 1 artillery, 2 tanks. The idea is where we just did the 1-2 on Karelia. We're just putting a few extra hitting power into the stack. As far as combat goes, we hit Karelia and we did C-Zone 61. We almost killed the battleship, but it wasn't to be. And the Karelia defenders lost 32 infantry, and we retreated with 6 fighters, and we lost 3 fighters, 32 infantry, 6 artillery, and 2 tanks. So not too bad. Not too bad. Could have been way worse. Hopefully we can have Karelia dead zoned here, which will help us out immensely. And we'll have to run some numbers and see what we can get going here. I'm not 100% sure what we can and can't do, but we'll just have to wait and see. Top deal. Maybe we can pull something off. They're gonna snag Hawaii, so we're still definitely in some problems for sure. But alright, war report. This is the conclusion for round 10. State of the board is we're struggling to hopefully keep Japan out of 34. We'll just have to see what we can do as far as that goes. And everything else is doing reasonably okay. But we'll just jump right in. Russia 10 was 3 infantry, 2 artillery. Combat was us finishing our 1-2 on Karelia to destroy the German stack that was there. Of course, they've sent another forward stack this way, but we have odds to kill this if we want to. So hopefully that will go back to Poland. Maybe we'll see what they end up doing. Germany 10, 4 infantry, 1 fighter, 5 artillery. Took back France with no losses again. Kind of the theme of this game. Germany just takes stuff, never loses anything. It's kind of funny. We attack shit and we lose crap all the time. My buy was 8 infantry. Combat was a failed raid on Germany, which freaking sucked. Baltic and Kazakh, so not too bad. Japan 10 was 10 infantry, 2 transports, 1 artillery. Combat was a lot of stuff. French Madagascar, Rhodesia, took Hawaii finally, and took Persia. And then US 10 bought 13 infantry, 1 artillery. Had to put some guys on the west coast because of this 53 move that Japan's done. Has an 89% to hold if I remember the numbers correctly. So if they somehow take this, okay. Combat was very busy. It took Italy, southern, northwestern, and France. Attempted to do Ukraine. Did not go very well for us, but at least we managed to kill the guy. So we walked a guy in as Russia. And yeah, that pretty much was a pretty quick round. Nothing too big, just non-common. Our navy is into new positions, and 8 and 3 is the U.S. My navy is in 5 because I wanted to protect the U.S. transport that was there. And we'll have to see what happens. My intention this turn is I'm gonna move all my planes to the Caucasus, and hopefully keep them out of there. The war report, the Axis are 1 point ahead, but we have the economical advantage, and hopefully we can keep it that way. Try to force this into the correct direction to pull out a win. But at any rate, I'll see you guys back for round 11 whenever it's over. Okay, this is the conclusion of round 11. State of the board is things are starting to get out of control as Japan is literally becoming an unstoppable nightmare. I'd say we probably got about 2 to 3 rounds before we lose, but let's crack on and we'll see what everybody did. Russia was 4 infantry, 1 artillery. Combat was very busy. As we had freed up some stuff now that Germany doesn't really have that much offensive power. So we took Ukraine, Avenki, Novo, and Vologda. Germany 11 was 3 artillery, 7 infantry. So they're still at producing 10 guys a turn, which sucks for us. We finally did have a good round of return fire though. Germany's attacks were Italy, Ukraine, Baltic, Northwestern, Southern, and France. We were very happy about the France result, losing 4 infantry. And that was pretty good across the board. My turn. Purchases were 6 infantry, 1 fighter, 1 artillery. This will be the last fighter buy of the game, I'm pretty sure, because we're pretty much just running out of money at this point. Our attacks were Bello and Baltic. Baltic went very badly for us. We bombarded it with both cruisers and landed 2 guys, and well, nobody hit for like 6 or 7 rounds of combat, so we failed to take it. Japan 14 infantry, 1 fighter. So yeah, the monster is growing its air force. Very, very busy combat. They took pretty much everything. Africa is just gone. Hopefully we'll be able to at least stabilize this in some way, but Japan's going to have a very big payday next round. There's just nothing we can do about it. We're mitigating as much as possible, but we just don't have enough stuff to hold the map together at this point. And finally, US 11 9 infantry, 1 fighter, 3 artillery, 1 submarine. The idea of the submarine is obviously this transport's going to take Alaska, so we're just going to kill it afterwards. And we already have it set up to take back Alaska because we preemptively moved up our 4 guys and put this plane there. We're also set to take back this because they're probably going to conquer Brazil. And hopefully we'll be able to keep them out of 34, even though I really doubt it. I don't see what we can really accomplish, to be honest with you. We'll have to run some numbers, see what we can do. Combat for America was Northwestern France, Southern, and Baltic. All of those were successful. In fact, we're finally getting return fire the way Germany was getting return fire for pretty much the first 10 rounds of the game. Well, 9 rounds of the game. But at any rate, the war report is we're slightly ahead. That'll no longer be the case after Germany goes. But I'll see y'all back for the next round. This is the conclusion of round 12. State of the board is we have completely given up on winning this game because there's obviously just no way to do it at this point, I don't think. Manix is of the same opinion. So what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to knock Germany out of the game just for funsies, and we're gonna see if we can even manage to pull that off, because we were doing the math and it's looking like it's gonna be like round 16 timing on that, so we'll have to see what we can do. At any rate, let's just get right in. Russia, round 12, bought 7 infantry, 1 artillery. Combat was Ukraine. Germany bought 3 artillery, 7 infantry. Combat was pretty busy. Yet again, a round of losing pretty much nothing. My go, 7 infantry, 1 artillery. So as far as the map goes for me, we're just struggling to keep me at enough money to fill my transports every turn, which is going to be even more difficult in the coming rounds. Africa is going to completely fall apart here, probably as soon as next round. Combat was Baltic, Persia, and Ukraine. Actually didn't have too bad of a combat round for once. That was nice. Japan 12 was 13 infantry, 1 fighter, 1 destroyer. So they're basically trying to force their way into Alaska, but we moved some US troops in to counteract that, and we're going to also try to retake Hawaii to see if we can make it to round 16 or not. Kind of doubtful we will, but we'll definitely try to do it. Japanese combat was Egypt, Caucasus, Persia, and Vlogda. Pretty standard for the board at where it is anyway. They're signaling that they want to take Brazil, but if they want to sack a well, they were signaling they were going to take Brazil, but now they're signaling that they want to force their way into the Atlantic. So we're going to have to try to do something about that. Hopefully we can, depending on where this goes, we might try to take it out. It just kind of depends. US 12, 5 infantry, 6 artillery, 1 transport, and 1 destroyer. Basically just getting ready our Hawaii attack and making sure all of our transports are able to be filled for the coming attacks. And as usual, spawning our infantry and stuff in Norway to keep the flow of troops coming. So, like I said earlier, the timeline we're looking at is trying to wipe Germany out on turn 16, and probably by that point it won't really matter what's going on because we'll have completely lost this game, because I'm sure we're going to take so much damage trying to take Berlin that there'll be a snowball's chance in hell of us holding it. But we'll just have to see what we can do. Maybe America can try to keep Africa under partial control of us, and maybe we can get enough stuff stacked in Europe that we can maybe challenge Japan. I don't know. It's going to be rough for sure. I kind of don't think it will work, to be honest with you. But right, the war report is before the German go. We do have the attack power lead, but that's extremely not going to matter as soon as Japan takes their turn because they have so much money to spend.